Welcome back to the Comics Experiment, the show right here at Comicstorian, where I sit down with a couple of my buddies. We pull up information on the superheroes on the internet and then make fun of it on a regular basis. This show has existed for about 5 years now, and we've had tons of stuff going on.
3 of them good. 3 I've been on.
And thank you so much for supporting it for all of this time. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, G Fuel. Use code COMICS at checkout. Get yourself a little bit off. Right now, they've got Doctor Strange and 3 other flavors that I don't know if I can tell you about. But it's cool.
What are the 3 other
Doctor
flavors?
Strange is tangerine, though. It's really good.
That makes sense.
Ooh.
Why does that make sense?
Why does that make sense?
Makes sense. Everybody knows when you go through the multiverse, they taste like tangerines.
This is true. And, you know, you got to charge up your magic with tangerines.
Yep, also true.
And if you're looking to get yourself a larger comic book collection and get yourself some great CGC-related content, check out our other sponsor, Shortboxed. Use their app to get yourself some CGC-related comic books, and I don't know if it's going to be on this week because I don't know when this week is going out. We do have a giveaway working with them. So if it's not this week in the link down below, check next week because it will be there.
Yeah, always check the stuff
Always
below.
check below.
We'll put secret messages in there.
Oh, now that's... you just gave yourself another job.
I know, but the best part, I'll never do it.
And everybody will be looking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the trick. And then 3 years from now.
You add one in.
If you're listening on any of the Spotify or podcast apps, make sure you please consider giving us a review. We would really prefer a 5-star review. If you're going to give less than 5 stars, please don't leave a review.
Unless it's 4. You know what? We'll take that. You got to keep it a realistic average so people go, oh, clearly it's not all just 5 stars that they're paying for. I'm just saying.
What are we paying for? Well, you know what we're paying for? By bringing you guys good deals on G Fuel and Shortbox.
Yeah, we're paying with our life and time.
And if you've been following the Comicstorian brand and family for a while now, you'll know that we've launched literally like 80 channels at this point. But today's sponsor on our side is going to be Dan. I'm sponsoring us with Ben and Friends this week. Go look up Ben and Friends Comicstorian Plays. You'll find 2 channels. Ben and Friends is where I sit around and do AAA titles and really random vampire blood hunt masquerade
I'm
stuff
one
with
of
Dan.
the friends.
Oh, that game sucks.
It was terrible. We did.
It was terrible.
And Dan is currently working on a project with Houston and myself to do a mobile game channel because we play way too many of those.
Indeed, we do.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
What did you do in that bathroom?
Didn't he just say he never gets high at work?
I don't.
Usually.
They'll never know.
We're back to that topic.
I'm
All right, so today's topic and the continuation of Comics Experiment 2.0, where we continue with just goofy
I'm
topics.
pretty sure we're at like 4.5 at this.
Okay, so Comics Experiment 4.5 is better. Does that work?
4.5.2. We got a weird patch note situation. We play a
We'll
lot
do the
of them in
update
those.
later. There'll be less Dan, more Andy.
Yeah.
That was actually a bug. We're gonna readjust.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good update, though.
I mean that's
Always more Andy.
an intentional bug.
Today's topic is Andy found. We thought of this in the car.
It's Andy.
We were
Good
having a
topic.
discussion recently about Dark
Literally
Crisis.
like 10 minutes before we got here.
I had a topic already picked, and you'll see it on a later
No,
episode.
I mean, like, you make it sound like we had to, like, literally,
Andy
this
and I
topic
were-
was like an hour ago.
Okay, so Andy and I were picking up lunch for the office.
Yes.
Which is a fun day to get lunch because there's 3 of us today.
It's an easy day to get lunch.
Yeah, there's no one else here.
Yeah.
Technically 4, I guess. The editor's out there.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not even
we
real
got-
people.
No, he's not.
We
Editors aren't.
should have gotten food for Luna.
Oh, the dog would. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the office cats and the office dog.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kevin. We forgot about you.
Anyway,
Luna's
Luna's
got-
got a full meal over here.
But anyway, we're going to move my topic off. Andy came up with a new one. Dark Crisis has had a lot of superheroes just die. And we were talking about comic books in which everyone's kind of aware that superheroes die a lot.
Yes.
All the time.
In the
Literally
car,
all the time.
Andy looked up, how often have superheroes died?
My favorite was, there was a title of an article called Superheroes Who Have Died and Lived to Tell the Tale.
I think, honestly, this would be a shorter episode if we went through the list of people who haven't died.
That is probably true.
Well, so what Andy found is a CBR article titled DC Comics Who Have Died a Lot Many Times. That's actually the...
And, as always...
Dan vouch that is exactly how that URL is.
That's, yeah.
As always, I don't know who wrote this list, but that person is an idiot.
Clearly, based on that title.
That is true. They don't know how to write, first of all.
I refuse to read articles if there's a spelling error or grammatical error.
I'm reading the article.
Well, the reason why I mention this is because there's a weird thing. I saw it on Twitter, and there was like an official IGN post about a Dragon Quest app game, and they spelt dragon wrong. It was Dragon.
It's the Dragon Quest.
I was like, I am not reading this.
So,
I'm gonna look it up
this list is up to date as of October 26, 2021, Andy.
Okay.
You got a good one.
That's pretty good.
Good job.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So we got 10 characters in
You're
DC
welcome.
Comics that have died.
10?
10.
That's it?
There's 10. Well, there's probably more, but...
Is this like the top 10 of people who have died multiple times?
I don't think so. Well, I think it's multiple times. Yes.
Or is it top 10 of people who
Because
care about?
There's a difference between characters who die and then there's characters who die all the time.
That's true. That's true.
If you don't know, there's actually a comic, we've covered it here on the channel, you can see it, called What Happened to the Caped Crusader, which is literally
died.
a story about Batman dying multiple times in multiple timelines.
Well, that's not really what it's about.
Well, it's to give you the message that no matter what happens, Batman will
Yeah.
be reborn to become Batman to do it again.
Well, that was the point of the comic.
But I took it as those are him dying in the alternate timelines and then being reborn as Batman because he has to go
It's
to.
not really what it is about.
It's Grant Morrison. You can't even tell me what it's about.
No, the overall themes of that are like the immortality of the Caped Crusader as a model, like a what's that thing he says in Batman Begins? I don't remember. There's like a line where like
you either die a hero
Not
or
that
live
one.
long enough to see. Oh, okay.
what does that even mean? Anyway, keep going.
Ask Darth Vader that. All right, so number 10 is Darkseid. Has died a lot for a god.
That is true. And then he came back as a baby.
He's been
And
killed
then he
by
died again.
He's been
As
killed
a
by
baby.
He's been killed by Orion several times in several timelines, destroyed by the heroes of the DC universe in Final Crisis, then killed in Darkseid War. He always just comes back.
Yeah, they killed him in Darkseid War. He comes back as a baby.
Right.
Strapped to Batman's
But
chest.
all the other deaths,
which was adorable.
he just comes back.
Right, yeah.
They don't even explain where he came. It's just, oh, Darkseid.
Well, then he died again in Odyssey.
Well, because Darkseid is.
That is true. He dies again in Odyssey, but then suddenly showed back up and like captured Barry.
Because Darkseid is.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And now there's two Darkseids, even though technically there shouldn't be two Darkseids with the way they set the universe up.
Yeah, because Darkseid is supposed to be like the same Darkseid for all the multiverse.
Yeah.
But then if you go to DC, he became a zombie.
Yeah.
And then showed back up.
Is that because
That one is fine print. Darkseid is a zombie.
we gotta clarify that. If you come back as a zombie, did you die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in deceased, because they're
That's
conscious.
the whole
Zombies
definition
themselves
of a
are
zombie.
living impaired.
Yeah. Living impaired.
Yes.
I mean, you're not
So
wrong.
we're saying that Darkseid has had
Or are
multiple
they death
deaths.
impaired because they can't be dead
No,
because
because they're technically
living
dead. They're not alive.
No, they're not. But they're
Yeah.
also not entirely dead
I mean, they're pretty dead.
because that's
He's
why people call them the
mostly
living dead.
But are they technically dead when they can talk, speak, use their powers?
Yeah, have you seen
Yeah, but
that
he
Warm
can't-
Bodies?
Like
Like
Marvel Zombies does that.
Yeah, but
Deceased does that.
That whole storyline sucked.
But are they technically zombies, or are they just
Deceased,
guys
Deceased, they don't talk. There's only one who does, and it's Wonder Woman. And
Right, but she
about, like,
talks.
the hive mind. But she's not like having a whole conversation with you. She's not like, hey, I'm Diana, by the way. She's just like,
Wait,
zombies
I just
bad.
realized, what if Marvel
Eat
zombies
brains.
aren't actually zombies?
Right.
They're just guys with
Poorly
really bad
written.
cases of leprosy?
Oh.
Like, it's just
Marvel
a
lepers.
really bad. That's a really bad case of leprosy. Because they're also eating human flesh.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
what if
that's
it's
how
just-
you cure leprosy.
Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that.
I'm just saying, like, what if that's the Marvel zombies? That's the big reveal in the last one. Oh, they actually weren't zombies at all. We could have just cured them with the shot this whole time.
No,
So here's the
that's
question though:
terrible.
are zombies and the living dead the same thing? Zombies,
I would
living
say the
dead,
living dead
and the
are more like
undead.
vampires. That's living dead, I would say.
But talking zombies. Have you
What
ever
about
seen that
the
movie with the
undead?
zombie who fell in love
That's
with the
just
living
someone
girl?
who's not fully dead yet, I guess.
Have you ever seen the movie with the zombie that fell in love with the living girl?
I did.
Would
Yes,
she be
Warm
living in
Bodies.
there?
That was
Warm
terrible. That
Bodies.
was a terrible movie.
Because he's like,
So stupid. You remember when like you couldn't turn left or right without seeing some stupid zombie thing for like 3 or 4 years?
yep. Now they don't do it because
Why are we talking about zombies so much?
Yeah.
Let's move past this.
Because we're trying to decide if
It's fine.
If
It's
living
fine.
impaired counts as a death.
It doesn't.
Because what we could say is that Darkseid has been dead a lot and living impaired once.
That's what this whole argument's about. Anyway,
We go through the list and decide, are they undead, are they living impaired, or are they zombies? Let's find out.
Wolverine.
He's just Wolverine.
yeah, he's like
His own thing. Yeah.
All right. Number 9 is the Anti-Monitor, who dies way more than his reputation would
Pretty
lead people
much
to believe.
every crisis.
Doesn't he? Like, I don't think he's ever been alive. Like, he always dies. Every time he shows
the
up.
Anti-Monitor is usually after the Monitor himself dies.
Yeah.
Like, that was his original thing. Like, the Monitor was trying to take over the world, and they stopped him, and he died. Oh, but he came back as the Anti-Monitor.
Does that mean the
And then
Anti-Monitor
Superman, and
is
Superman Prime punched him in the face really hard.
So could you call the Anti-Monitor
I'm not having this argument
a
with you
zombie
anymore.
version
No.
of the Monitor?
Actually, kind of, probably,
Right?
yes. Yeah, kind of,
what if
yeah.
That would be a cool story.
Deceased, they'll probably do it.
Deceased 3 is coming out.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
that's when Darkseid comes back as a
These
zombie.
three.
I think at this point we're going to get Superman versus Darkseid, both as zombies.
Oh.
Because Superman is still alive, too, if you forgot.
Yeah, just in the sun. Even though they cured everybody, how are you going to get into the sun to cure him?
My biggest question is...
Superman, can you come out here, please?
Come on, play.
We can't get that close. Even John.
I want to know why no one decided that this is a bad idea to let him just go live in the
Well, they
sun.
didn't let him do it.
Yeah, he
But
kind
there
of.
was no attempt to stop him. He just kind of went there.
Who's
It's
gonna
zombie
stop him?
Superman.
The last person that tried to stop him,
Batman.
literally exploded.
Batman's
Well, actually,
like,
no, he
I got
stopped
this.
him.
I got this.
Batman would have an answer.
No, this is Damian Wayne Batman, though.
This is
he
true.
His
wouldn't
answer
have
is
an
stab
answer.
him with a sword.
Yeah, a kryptonite sword.
Yeah, which actually does what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in Dark Knights of Steel?
No, in Deceased, they get a kryptonite-infused magic sword.
Oh, yeah, to stop him. And then he
Stop
goes to
him.
the sun.
Yeah, and then he goes to the sun, yeah.
You got to go the
I just
double
love how they
whammy.
I like when you
ignoring
make
that.
it sound like they were cool with it like the whole time. Like, all right, Superman, see you later.
Don't
Sucking
forget-
up all the radiation from the sun and slowly killing our universe.
Don't forget to write.
Send word every now and then.
All right, number 8 is the Guardians of the Universe die a lot for immortal, all-powerful beings.
The Guardians of Oa.
It says Guardians of the Universe.
But they are the Owen Guardians.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying
I
to
was
figure out who
like-
you were talking about.
Yeah, because I was thinking like
How many times have they died?
Spectre and like.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
actually going to say, they die a lot. Recently, they just have new Guardians. And they're-
Well, yeah, they
'Cause I know-
die,
I
and
know
then
they
they're like,
wipe
"Hey,
them
we
out."
had other siblings," and
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
I existed this
Or
whole
what is it?
time," and then
Ganthet
now
was
I'm
like,
dead.
I was hiding in a trash bin this whole
Ganthet is,
time.
yeah, Ganthet is always hiding somewhere.
Oh no, all the Guardians were wiped out by Hal Jordan, and he just pops out. Oh shit.
There's like 3 of them that are always in hiding and never
Ganthet's
around.
always like, because he's always the one that kind of sides with Hal Jordan.
Yep.
He is always hiding somewhere.
And then, well,
Ganthet,
there's also the female
girl,
one that
yeah.
I don't know what her name is. She's always been hiding too.
Ganthetta?
I was gonna say Ganthet, but with a DTE.
No, there was another one. There was because it was like
Gretchen.
his love interest that they never did anything with.
Yaddle.
Susie.
Yaddle. It was Yaddle.
And then you have the baby guardian of Oa,
Yeah.
taken in by a kindly Mandalorian.
Grothent.
No, I just go Grogu. It sounds like a.
Yeah.
It sounds like a.
It would be a
Yeah,
Grogu.
that's a weird name. Why would you try and?
I don't know if I believe this one though, because the Guardians do die a lot, but they do the kind of like the landfill thing from Beer Fest, where it's
That's
just
true. They always just look the same.
yeah, it's like oh, it's another blue guy with white hair.
Yeah.
Look, another Smurf showed up,
Or a bald one.
Yeah.
and they're always like
And
we're
we
the
both-
last of the Guardians, and then they all die but Ganthet, and then they're like, but we found our brothers over here, and then those die, and they're like, but and these ones were in a cube over here.
Yeah, yeah. These ones were hanging out with the Spectre.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I believe this one, but I also can
But they
understand.
do die
Yeah.
for like supposedly immortal beings. That's what they're
No,
saying.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
for
Well,
someone who
that's a-
doesn't know the differences between all the blue Smurfs, and I barely
What
do.
if they are just Smurfs?
I mean, let's be honest though. Immortal and
Sade.
invincible are not
That
the
is
same.
true. That is
Immortal
true.
just means you'll never
'Cause
die from old age.
that is true because in Tolkien the elves are immortal unless
Yeah.
you stab one in the chest.
yeah. Which apparently is pretty easy to do.
Yeah, they're not that good at it.
That's their one weakness.
Bullets. How could they possibly have known? Sharp metal objects piercing my soft, supple flesh. I don't get to say supple enough, so I wanted to throw it in this podcast.
Chad has informed us that it is Sade. Ganthet and Sade are the two that are always in hiding.
I like Ganthetta
Yeah, I like that.
or
one, too.
Gretchen.
Andy, when you were looking over this in the car to make sure it was good, you
Yes.
said this one doesn't count. Vandal Savage.
Yeah, he doesn't technically die.
He just walks away normally.
Yeah, and when
It's
he
like
does
Ra's al Ghul.
die,
Ra's al
he
Ghul
like
just kind of walks
yeah,
away.
yeah. I mean, you could definitely throw Ra's al Ghul on this list because Vandal Savage. That's his whole thing is he's immortal, and when he does die, it's more like he goes into like a resurrection sleep kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sort of
he
like
goes
when
in
Superman died, and then it turns out he's just hanging out in a giant
into
mecha
the-
healing thing.
All sleep?
The
No,
all-
the Odin sleep?
Odin sleep, yeah, is what it's called. Yeah.
Isn't that in Marvel? I'm not crazy.
That's
By the
also
way-
in like just
Yeah,
mythology.
in
I think.
mythology. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start when I go like take a nap. I'm gonna be like, I am entering the Andy sleep.
Andy, I need this done. No, Andy's in his healing coma.
Oh, he's already in his healing coma. Damn it. He'll be up in like an hour.
What, is
My
that-
healing comas don't last.
do I have
long.
to give Andy time off for a healing coma?
Yes, once every month,
It's a pre-existing medical condition.
slip into the Andy sleep.
Hey Dan, you want to go play some games? I was gonna find Andy, but he's in the Andy
He
sleep.
slipped into the Andy sleep again. It's been apparently a busy day.
He creates like a cocoon. You just see his head through it. and
Your
that's how
wife
you know.
starts responding for you. Andy's in the Andy sleep.
He's
again.
already in the Andy sleep. I'm currently standing guard over him.
I took a lunch break. Nothing happened.
Nothing
Luckily,
happened. He's fine. Nobody's ever trying to kill him.
So next up, we got the Joker. Died in his first appearance.
He died.
he disappears. I feel like he never really
No,
dies.
so
He
in the
kinda
when
goes
he
like,
originally
"Oh,
showed up, the
no."
first like 4 issues of the Joker, he died at the end. And
Oh, yeah.
Batman was always like, "Oh, he's dead. I don't know what to do about it." And then he always showed back
Yeah.
up.
Well, he's died. I mean, even in the New 52, they killed him
Yep.
and Bruce Wayne, and they both just were like, "But we're not really."
But yeah, it was
We
like a
died,
day later.
but less next to this pool of revitalizing fluid.
Well, it got better.
What was it, Dionysium or something?
Dionysium, yeah.
I mean, but he's died in like Batman Noir. I think he died. Was that the one he also died in, or he wasn't in Noir? I'm thinking, what was the one recent? Batman Damned.
Oh, yeah.
He dies in that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't he die in the Joker comic about the guy that was working with him?
Well, that leads into Damned.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end, it was like maybe he died, maybe he didn't. And then Damned goes into, turns out both him and Batman had died. And
Technically, killing
Possibly.
Joker, a lot of people like to say he died, even though it's
Yep.
left ambiguous. But I mean, he technically could have died in that one.
no, he died in Dark Knight Returns. He snapped
Knight.
his own neck
Yep, died in that one.
out of sheer force of you. He did because he was trying to get Batman to kill him, and Batman refused. So he's like, "Fine, I'll snap
You
my
mean
own
Superman?
neck." But no, Batman. He
Yeah.
was trying to get Batman to finally finish him off. And
Batman
Batman
still
was like, "No, I'm not going to do
Oh,
it."
okay.
And Joker just snaps his own. Doesn't even touch himself. He's
damn.
just like, "Oh, okay, fine then." Oh, now what? Ah.
Would have been better if he just paralyzed himself.
I know, right? Damn it!
Batman, finish me off.
Please, please. I already don't like this.
Superman punched a hole in his chest.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
He
another
had
one.
it coming though.
And that one
that's
definitely.
that one. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot of deaths.
He
on the
also
hands of the
died in
Joker.
Kingdom Come after he killed Lois, but Superman did not kill him. He refused to.
Was it Magog?
It was Magog. Yeah.
Okay.
Magog showed up and like killed him.
Yeah, the Kingdom Comes, Magog's this. If you don't know the story of Kingdom Come, it's the far future. Most of the heroes have given up. Magog shows up as this new superhero, and he's willing to kill.
killing.
Yeah,
he actually looks a lot like Cable.
Does he? I, thought, I was going to say more Punisher.
This was around the time of like the 90s extreme crap.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it was actually like Mark Waid's kind of way of like, this is like this idea of that superheroes are going to be tough and kill people.
Right.
And Superman was like, you guys shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and basically that's what the plot goes. The public perception is they start siding with Magog.
Yeah.
So then all of our other
So then
heroes.
Superman kind of goes into self-exile because of that.
He's like, this. No, I've been doing the other way this whole time, and you guys are disagreeing. And he just goes, Joker.
Pouty face.
And that's it. Pouty face.
Super pouty face.
Super petty.
Don't they find him like he's been sitting still so long? He's like frozen over, I think.
No, you're thinking of like DC 1 Million. He's like goes and lives in the sun. Sort of like a DC.
He always lives in the sun.
No. In Kingdom Come, he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, where he has created like a Kansas farm,
Okay, yeah.
and he's just there doing his own thing.
No,
Until Wonder Woman
DC
shows up
1
and it's like,
million-
hey, stop being a bitch. Come on.
DC 1 Million's plotline basically revolves around what would happen to the superheroes throughout all the generations. And Superman is just around, and he eventually
Yeah.
leaves.
He becomes golden.
Yeah, well, he
Yeah, because he goes and lives in the sun.
because he basically leaves to let the new generation take over, and he's just not here anymore. He goes to the sun, and he's there so long that he glows.
It's like
Close.
I am now a nightlight. And then he recreates Lois's DNA.
And it's like, Superman, Jesus, come on, man. I'm trying to sleep over here. Batman's all pissed. Come on.
It's like Fry when he drinks too much sling.
But then he recreate Lois's DNA
He
and then
does
makes
like
her into a golden god too.
It was funny because it was already
Yeah,
weird.
that's the plot to DC 1 million.
It was already weird because it was Grant Morrison, and then he went real Grant Morrison with it.
Like basically, Superman spends so much time with the sun, he becomes super genius and can recreate anything.
It's a really good story, though.
Yeah.
if you can get
How
if
do
you can get
become
behind.
a super genius by yourself with nothing else?
Well, actually, it's funny because if you go to Superman All Star, it's kind of the reason he goes to the sun and what happens to him. Actually,
Interesting.
Isn't it like
Yeah,
a technical follow up, but not direct?
it's like a prequel.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
kinda- but it was
All-Star
written later on. Yeah. Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about.
a piece of ice in my throat.
It was DC.
If you give it a second,
500,000.
it'll totally melt. That's how ice works.
I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
What do I do? Oh, no, I'm fine now. Okay, I'm
Did
good.
you guys know when ice melts? All right, next up we got Hal Jordan.
Does he die a lot? I know he has died.
I know he died and then came back as Spectre. That was the biggest one.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause he
And then
becomes paralyzed.
Remember
his
that
spirit
one.
came back as Spectre, and then his body came back because Ganthet showed up from his trash can with Hal Jordan's coffin.
This says
which was
3
also
times, but it's not
stored in
saying
the
which
sun.
ones.
Now that I think about it, didn't they store Hal Jordan's body in the sun in the fear that Parallax wasn't killed?
Yes, that's exactly where it went.
Because I just wrote that, and I'm like, wait a minute, they also store. What is with people storing them in the sun? Batman's like, I totally have a base in the sun. Don't even worry about it.
I wouldn't. There's a bat cave.
There's a bat cave in the sun. It's super bright. I don't like it. I don't go there very often.
This says he
wait.
died 3 times, and I know he died at
times?
Parallax. I can't think of the other 2 though.
Yeah, because they kill him.
Because they're not saying what they
He
are.
comes back as a spirit, and then
It becomes Hal Jordan again, and
he
then
comes
there's
back
the
as
whole
Hal
10-year
Jordan.
saga.
He died recently in DC vs. Vampires when they, like, he's one of
But
the
I'm assuming they're
vampires.
counting-
they
This is
actually finished up.
2021.
I know,
so,
like,
yeah.
I'm just trying to think of. 'cause
And I'm also
that's-
I also think this counts more main continuity lines. Did he die? Oh, he died as in the Blackest Night, didn't he? Because it came back because he died there, came back as the White Lantern, and then that split up and did everything.
Yeah,
And then I think First Lantern. I think he died there too.
I don't recall.
Let's see.
Now
Well, there's another article called Green Lantern, one of DC's greatest heroes, just died again.
I do find it funny that they killed. Like he was supposed to be the big catalyst of DC versus vampires, and he's done.
But he was.
Well, for a
Good
while
Mr.
you thought
X.
he was like the big bad. But
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he was not. I don't know. I can't find like the actual deaths of Green Lantern.
Yeah. Well, we know of 2. I mean, technically,
Let us know
everyone
in the
died.
comments.
Oh, I
have
guess
a-
he died in Grant Morrison's run.
Oh, yeah, the God one where he fought God and all that stuff. I do remember that he died. I think he comes back as a Dark Star.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, because he fights like space vampires. I'm not making this up. He fights God and the space vampires, and then he dies, comes back as a Dark Star.
Grant Morrison. Why?
It's funny because I'm actually a big fan of Grant Morrison. I can get behind me some weird Grant Morrison, but there are times when even I'm like, that's really weird for Grant Morrison.
That whole concept of that book was that he was a beat cop.
Yeah.
He was just a beat cop doing beat
Which
cop
I think,
stuff.
that's a solid
With a ring.
idea for Green Lantern
Oh, yeah.
story because that's all they are. They're just
My problem with the Grant Morrison run is
Universal
to
cops.
do his beat cop thing. He chose to ignore everything that established
Well,
Green
yeah,
Lantern's
yeah.
lore and mythos.
but it's also Grant Morrison.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah. Depending. Because with his Batman run, he brought back a lot of the stuff that they had ignored for a long time.
Yeah, well, that was the whole idea of Batman Incorporated.
Yeah.
I'll just make it. Anyway, Lex Luthor has died a
going
lot
on,
of
isn't it?
times.
Has he?
I can't think of a single
I
time.
mean, they
actually.
thought he was dead in the 90s, or they claimed he was dead, and then his son came in, but it turns out his son was really him.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Lex thing to do.
But I think his son was a clone of him that he put his mind in.
He gave himself cancer with kryptonite.
Sure.
That's a plot line.
Well, that makes sense. It's radiation.
And he's literally wearing like
He's like, I got an armor for. What do you mean I got cancer? Sir, you are wearing battle armor powered by a space rock. What did you think
He
was
also
going to
has a
happen?
ring.
And then the
He has a
doctor's
kryptonite
like,
ring, too.
smartest man on the planet, my ass. Like, legitimately, what did you think was going to happen?
Didn't he die in New 52 with
Kids,
the
pay
crime
attention.
syndicate?
Just pay attention for a second. If you find a space rock that's glowing, don't touch it.
yeah, keyword
Also,
if it's glowing.
if it's glowing, yeah,
If it's
yeah,
not
if it's
glowing, you
glowing.
can make a sword out of it.
Yeah, but don't use it to power combat armor. Okay? The more you know.
Do-do-do-do.
It's my PSA.
Love it.
I'm trying to see if I can.
What was the question you asked me before I went on my PSA?
Didn't he die in New 52 when the Crime Syndicate came across? He died at the end of Death Metal. He did die there.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think he didn't die with the Crime Syndicate
because
because
he's one of the ones
he was one of the ones
saved.
that beat him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why he put on his Superman armor and joined the Justice League.
He's like, I'm
And
good
everybody's
now.
like, wait, he became evil again? Yeah, shocking, right?
That one I don't know because I can't think of times that he's actually died.
Yeah.
Did he die during Blackest Night? Because a lot of these guys died one time in Blackest Night.
Right, and then came back as
Yeah.
a zombie lantern.
Which is the coolest concept ever. I still love that.
Okay.
You didn't like zombie
I
lanterns?
did not, actually.
Why?
I really didn't like it at all. I thought it was really dumb. If I'm being 100% honest, I know you love the Jeff Johns Green Lantern
I do.
run. And I am currently writing the Jeff Johns Green Lantern run. And
And
it's okay.
You're not looking forward to the
I
Blackest Night.
am not looking forward to the Black Lantern.
Because we're going to do all of
Because
Blackest Night.
the idea of the emotional spectrum was cool. And then it was like, and also, there's zombie ones. That
living
is
impaired.
the Blackest Night. That's what the Oath was about. Zombies. What?
The best part is when you think about the way Jeff
And
Johns...
Ganthic comes out of his trash can. I was like, what?
The best part is when you think about it, the emotional spectrum.
Sure.
One of the
death
emotions
is one of the
is
emotions.
death.
Yeah, everybody
Death
knows
and
that.
life are emotions.
Well, yeah, it's the complete lack of emotion.
My theory is Jeff Johns was an emo kid. I was like, one day I'm going to put this in a comic book. Because life is pain.
The best part
you're an
is
emo kid,
the best
I'm
part is
sorry.
about the way they do Blackest Night
Yes.
is they brought back Hal Jordan and everything's so hopeful until the Blackest Night.
Right. And then it's like, screw that crap. Jeff Johns he was going through some stuff at the time. And he just angrily started typing away.
I'm picturing the pitch for Blackest Night, which once again did kill most of the superheroes, so it's actually on point with this.
Yes. And brought back like other superheroes that were technically not
Super
from
dead.
the same universe.
Yeah.
super dead. We had the dead, then the super dead.
But the best part about I made me lose my train of thought on that real quick.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had a thought.
He killed off a lot of heroes.
Yeah.
Including ones that were super dead. Not just mostly dead. This one's super dead.
Super dead.
Had a heart attack and I got hit by a car.
And also shot.
Shot twice.
And then you poisoned him.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, yeah, poison bullets. I mean,
We'll see if I
I
remember
stabbed
later.
him 3 times to be safe.
But
This dude is super dead.
super dead.
And then I drowned him.
Then I tried. Cement shoes.
Yeah. Just,
He ain't coming
he
back.
ain't coming back as a goddamn Black Lantern.
I'm worried he might be a vampire, Black Lantern, or Wolverine, so I'm just covering all
you
bases.
never know.
and then I encased him in metal underwater.
That's the best thing about Wolverine's death. They were like, he is dead.
Let's
And
make a
the-
statue of him.
They put his corpse as a statue.
Yeah.
And then the best part is, apparently no one in the Marvel Universe had the idea that maybe he's healing in there, and now he's just encased in adamantium.
Sure, that'll be
Or
fine.
security cameras. Because his body disappears and everyone's like, where'd he go? And it's like, you knew where he was.
I just loved the excuse they used for
So
why he
many
came back to
people
life.
wanted
They
him.
were just, he just got better.
Wolverine? You're supposed to be dead. I got better.
That's literally the revival of Wolverine.
Sorry about that because he's Canadian.
I got better, bub.
yeah.
They kept him dead for like 3 years, and after
Yeah.
all of that, the hype and buildup was, how did you come back to life?
I got better.
I just got up.
I was just really tired. I was in my Logan
I went
sleep.
into the Logan sleep.
The Logans.
I just have this image of him with like a bucket of adamantium. I'm going into the Logan sleep.
Don't wake me.
Don't wake me up.
It'll crack itself eventually.
And he'll come
God,
out
comics are
a
stupid.
beautiful adamantium butterfly with claws.
Ew, he's entered his gestation state.
Butterfly Wolverine.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Wolverine pops out with wings.
All right, number 3 is Wonder Woman adventures have ended her with dying tons of times.
That is true.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Wonder Woman.
She
Yeah.
As
she
a
does
god
die a lot.
/ not god
Yeah.
/ just regular woman / depends when you read the book.
She does die a lot.
She
Yeah.
does. Like
Yeah.
I think on like an every other year basis at this point.
It's
I
kinda-
mean, yes,
it's kind
she
of like
was-
a Wolverine thing.
Because she died and was in Valhalla just last year.
Yeah, but then she got better.
No, she didn't get better. She just jumped through random portals until she got back.
She died in New 52. Towards the end of that, she died multiple times. Just walked out of hell. Yeah. She pulled like a Kratos, like, I will not stay here.
Yeah, every time she dies, it's not even just I revived. It's no, I fought my way back.
You would think they would up security. Hades is like, oh, goddamn, it's Wonder Woman again.
Someone get me a new Cerberus. Like, this one's broken.
Where's that litter of Cerberi?
Would that the plural be of Cerberus?
I would assume.
Yeah. Duh.
Although technically wasn't Cerberus his name?
Yeah, I think so.
So give me that litter of three-headed dogs.
We'll name this one
Cerberus.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Cerberus and Jonathan.
And he's just like, Jonathan's my favorite. Jonathan's the runt of the litter.
Jonathan likes to cuddle.
Yeah. He's
Well,
like
the right
like
two heads. That
Pomeranian.
left head's kind of mean. It's a little snippy. All right, number 2 is Batman.
I'm surprised he's not number 1.
That dude's died 7 times this year.
Yeah.
The best part about the Batman deaths is you're not wrong. They have upped his death count yearly. And the best part is they just like, oh, this is an out of continuity one. We can kill him here.
That is true. And then you got like Death Metal. He was dead, but he had a Black Lantern ring.
Yeah, they come back after like 7 years of no one seeing a Black Lantern.
He's like, oh, yeah, I got one. I had it stored in the back cave.
No that way if I ever died, I'd be in control of Black Lantern stuff.
Though to be fair, a lot of the times he's dead.
He's not dead.
But he's not dead. Yeah. He's like traveling through time.
I was going to say, like the Darkseid.
Yeah. Which I still maintain was Batman's choice. I'm not going to die. I'm going through time instead.
I just feel like that was Grant Morrison going, this Doctor Who thing is pretty cool. What if Batman did it?
What if they were just like different Batman?
Quantum Leap meets Batman meets Doctor Who.
I would watch that.
I just love the fact that the Batman dying thing was for the most part out of continuity. Then they just started putting it in continuity and having everyone being like, comes back all the time. Don't worry about it.
He died, but he's died in all the spin-offs too. Like Deceased, he died.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just died in DC versus Vampires. Well, not just, but it was just for us because no one read the comic for a month, and then we come back. We forgot it was a thing.
What was it? In Damned, he's dead, technically.
Yeah.
Literally
died in Death Metal. Just died in Dark Crisis.
Yeah, just died again.
Died at the end of New 52.
Which was the one they died
technically
in?
With Joker.
With Joker, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. With Joker, died.
Did he die in Rebirth at all?
Probably.
I don't. I mean, we could assume. I don't think so, though. I don't remember him dying in Rebirth.
No, because that was the Tom King run, and I'm pretty sure he stayed alive because they're trying to make him happy.
Well, Tom King did his best to kill Batman due to terrible writing.
Mostly the story, not
but
the
mostly,
character.
mostly the comic as a
Every
whole.
alternate timeline is Batman dead. CW right now is latest show, which looks terrible.
The last
Batman dies.
Last Night on Earth, he was dead. And it was his well, no, he technically wasn't dead. They thought he was dead, but it turns out he was the big bad guy.
They also thought he was dead.
That.
So his clone wakes up.
Yeah, I remember that.
And is like, oh yeah, whatever they called. I forget the name of the big bad guy. They're like, yeah, he knows a lot about Batman, and everybody was like, oh, it's probably Damian or something like that. And then it turned out it was Bruce.
Yeah,
who had kind of snapped, and everybody thought Bruce was dead.
Every alternate version of Batman has died at some point.
Sure. Yep. I mean, Dark Multiverse, there was that really weird Nightfall one where they thought he had died, but then he was like a skeleton.
With a spine, like a RoboCop.
He died in Batman Beyond. Right now, he's...
Is he dead?
Yeah, he died because the...
Yeah, that's the plot.
The city killed him, yeah.
The Flashpoint Batman's died every time they bring him back.
Yeah.
And they never explain how he's back. He just dies and then comes back.
Good sales. That's how. How are you still alive? Popular demand.
Isn't that the joke that Deadpool made to Wolverine once?
Yeah. Your superpower is not regeneration, it's popularity.
He's pretty much died on almost every... I mean, you could even technically count Nightfall as a death because they were trying to swap him out. Like,
yeah, they were.
They implied that he was dead at the start of Future State, and then immediately were like, nope, he's good. Don't worry.
He's actually just a prisoner.
He's just on a train.
An
That's
endless
it.
train.
The weird part about Future State's death, he was on the train and he was a prisoner and we were thought he was supposed to be dead, but at the exact same time, Dark Detective was running,
Yes.
and he was just in a brownstone.
Yeah.
Yep.
With a trench coat.
Yeah, like which Batman is the real Batman? There's two Bruce Waynes
So
now.
confused. Nobody's noticed Bruce is back? Like he didn't go tell anyone?
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that, like, just on the whole multiple Bruce Wayne thing, I'm surprised Ghostmaker hasn't, like, revealed that he's actually an alternate, like, version of Bruce that showed up.
That would be a fun story.
Right?
He's
I'm
like,
just
What
"And
if-
then
I know
showed
James
up and started
Tynion-
messing with myself because I
What
knew
if-
myself was the pansy.
I was so bored that I needed to compete with myself in
That's
my
how
prime.
good I am.
Yeah.
What if James Tynion's original plan was that this Batman was a clone and Ghostmaker was training him, and then James Tynion left to go do other things and was like, now there's just
Wait,
Ghostmaker
what
and
Batman
Batman.
is a clone?
The current one from Joker War.
So who's
That
next
goes-
who's next on the list?
I'm just coming up with theories. I'm pulling a Dan theory.
What? That doesn't make any sense. That makes it sound like this Batman had died when he didn't.
No,
when
because
would
he
they have
became
replaced him?
Ghostmaker.
When would they have replaced him with a clone?
When he became Ghostmaker.
But he
In
didn't
Future
become
State.
Ghostmaker.
But what if he did?
Theory doesn't make any sense.
But
This
what
is
if he
the
did?
worst subreddit ever.
Downvote.
Like, what if this Batman was a clone? When was he cloned? When was he replaced? It doesn't work.
All right, so Superman is number one.
That was Bane. I will replace you.
Remember that time Bane did replace him when Batman died in the crime syndicate?
Yeah, he became like a giant Batman. I'm Batman. Got buff, dude.
No, it'd be more like,
I know.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Is it the mask?
If you don't know, Bane, they're in the crime syndicate. Batman was dead again.
Oh,
That
no, he
time-
wasn't actually dead.
No, but everyone thought he was
he
dead.
was dead. He
Bane
slipped
put
away with
on the
Catwoman.
Bat Cowl
The Bats
and
list.
ruled Gotham for a 3-issue miniseries.
Yep. I think it was like the Bane of Gotham or something like that.
It was actually a really good
It
idea.
actually wasn't a terrible idea.
And then Bruce Wayne just shows back up and he's like, just stop. Just stop.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
How many times do we gotta go through this crap?
I am your downfall. We don't even know what you're saying. No one under the...
That's just
I'm sorry, what was that? Sorry, what was that, Bane?
Just,
what were you
just
saying?
enunciate, man.
All right, number one is Superman. Ever since 1992, Superman has died like yearly as well. Every Elseworld storyline.
Yep.
Isn't Batman Fortress supposed to be in continuity and Batman's missing?
No,
mean Superman's missing.
Superman's missing, right? But that's what I'm saying.
It's not.
he's
supposed.
not dead.
If it's in continuity, then I don't know when it's supposed to take place because Alfred's around in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you read the comic?
I'm actually,
Yeah, bro.
after not
Yeah.
reviving Alfred in the Lazarus Pit storyline with Robin,
Yes.
I almost foresee within the next year at the end of Dark Crisis, he's just going to be there again.
What if Alfred's a clone?
And Ghostmaker's the
Bruce.
real Alfred.
Bruce is getting penance for all his
Hypothetically, stay with me here because in the Scott Snyder run, I'm going to go on Ben's tangent now.
Let's hear it.
If in the Scott Snyder run, they established that Bruce Wayne was cloning himself every 27 years.
Yes.
Now, stay with me. If we go far enough in the future, possibly Bruce Wayne has invented time travel, knowing that young Bruce would need help back in the past. He sends old Bruce to become Alfred, right? And then eventually sends back another Bruce to be Ghostmaker. Ah?
I like it. I
Can
like
you
it.
write a script for that so I can put a video out?
Sure. I can make up my own crappy stories.
Alfred is just Batman from the future.
That'd be sweet.
Then his MI6 stories
Also,
in line
Joker,
up
because Bruce knew he needed a villain. Creates
Joker's also?
creates a crazy Bruce. Sends him back to be the Joker. And a buff Bruce to be Bane.
Then they also
a
cloned
female
him
Bruce to
again.
be Selena.
Then they also cloned one. He didn't grow up all the way, so they sent him back to be Damian.
And Robin.
Seriously,
They're all just clones of Bruce.
I'm gonna just say it would be cool. This was completely random, completely off
Sure,
topic.
yes, I'm with you.
If they
Yeah, 'cause the show's
explain,
so
I know.
topic.
If they explain Damian never aging because of the way that Bruce brought him back to life after Batman Inc.
No, I actually liked that for a short while. Tomasi making Damian like a Superboy.
The original
And then,
Super
and then
Son.
someone at DC was like, do you just want to write like Superman?
Because we can have that too, you know.
No, but I'm saying, like, what if that resurrection process is the reason why he has never aged?
Or comics just don't want to age anyone.
Well, no, because that's the problem. The funny thing is they keep making these references of they don't age, but then Dick's like, yeah, so I became Batman a while back. It was definitely a couple years ago. Damian was my
you know what I just realized?
Robin back then.
John got auto-aged up.
Yep, so that he...
Wallace has been aging up because he starts as like 13 and now he's like...
Maybe it is an actual story reason that Damian's not
the
aging.
resurrection process.
Dan's theory actually holds because everyone else has kind of aged about 5 years in the last 5 years.
So they're going to maybe bring it up. Father, why am I still this small? Also, why do I sound like this?
Why is he Mickey?
I don't know.
I am the Knight. I'll be a better Batman.
But I was just saying, like, they've aged everyone up, kind of, haven't they?
Yeah.
I like that. That was good.
Damian literally goes from either 13 to 30 being the Batman in the 66.
Yeah, yeah.
Not 66. 666.
Sorry, 666.
Batman 66.
I'm sure he's also in 66.
That would be funny if he turned into like the Adam West man. Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb. What? Used to be like really murderous. What happened to you?
That is kind of weird though, because even Jason Todd just recently referenced as a past storyline stuff that had happened with him. Like, I've been aging and growing past this.
And they've also referenced the fact, like, oh yeah, Roy Harper died like 3 years ago.
Yep. And Damian's like, and I'm 13.
DC, you can take that idea if you want to try and actually make this make sense.
I think technically, since Joshua Winston took over, I think Damian's like 15 now.
But still looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
He's a very stunted growth is the issue.
I mean, if you actually think about
what
it,
if he's actually 18 right now?
Just think about it this way: if every comic that comes out is one day in the life of that person, they wouldn't age very much because that would be normally 12 days in
literally
a year.
the worst life ever.
Yeah, it would be.
He was in like hell for a whole year with the whole year of the blood.
Sure.
It was a year. It's in the name.
It's in the name.
How long was that year of blood? Like 2 months.
It was a year in dog years.
So Superman is always ending up dead.
The big thing, though, is the first actual death of Superman. We've gone so many rants with this episode. The first actual death of Superman, he wasn't dead.
No.
His body had entered the cow sleep.
The cow.
And he was regenerating.
Yeah.
And then his robot, I want to say Kirby, but that's the Fantastic Four robot.
Kellex.
Is it Kellex?
Yeah, Kellex is his.
Yeah, like took his body, put it in the mech that was like under the earth while healing him, which I don't know why the mech was wandering around. Well, he's like, Superman will be safe in there. Let me just get some waffles and what? Where'd the mech go? Yeah, but he wasn't actually dead. Yeah. But he wasn't actually dead. In the original Death of Superman, wildly misleading. He wasn't dead. It wasn't even like a resurrection thing. He literally didn't die. He entered the cow sleep.
He's not wrong. He didn't.
The Kryptonians.
Because they brought in the four other Supermen, and the big reveal was none of them are Superman.
That is true.
Because he is just. I think Eradicator went crazy, right? That's
Eradicator was a Kryptonian program.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who
John Henry turned into Steel.
Yeah, that was literally
was
just
clone.
John Henry.
Yeah. Well, they didn't reveal that it was John Henry. He was in a still suit for like.
No, he was in issue 1. You saw John Henry make the suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a couple issues in before I who he was.
Superboy obviously was a clone.
Yeah.
Who later we discovered mixed Lex with Superman.
I mean, he did technically die.
Fourth was Cyborg. Cyborg and Eradicator were the two biggest.
Yeah, they did look like Clark.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, maybe one of these ones could be.
Right. But the other two are obviously not.
Yeah.
Well, Superboy thought he was. I've been reborn.
No, he said he knew he was a clone.
Yeah, but he said he was a clone.
Yeah. He wasn't like, I'm totally just Superman who de-aged when I died. He was just like, yeah, I'm a clone. I'm cool. Leather jacket. Circle shades. What up? Very 90s.
Like this haircut.
I think he had about the same haircut, actually.
Yeah, I think he did.
He had a very 90s haircut.
I'm going to show up in cosplay for Superboy next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you
got to be full 90s Superboy, though. Spandex, leather jacket.
Okay, but my eyes
no
are up here.
codpiece.
My eyes are
all
up
right,
here.
You got to let it. I don't want a Pringles can in there either.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of floppage. And on that note, this has been Comics Experiment. Number 1 is Superman. I think we've done enough discussions on Superman dying.
We've ranted enough about.
I still
all
think
of these
my
things.
favorite is when he died, but then they were like, "Yeah, I was here the whole time, and I jumped in his spot at the start of Rebirth."
I don't remember that.
It was like there was the Superman in the black suit, and he was like, "I've been here this whole time."
right. Oh, yeah.
And then when he died, he
and
like,
the alternate reality Superman took over. Yeah.
That's literally what happened.
I think that was my
And I
favorite.
even have my own Lois and a son and life and goals.
They gave
and
a whole
dreams.
storyline about killing that Superman and then him just jumping in the spot.
And then like
He
Lois
didn't jump
and
in the
Wonder
spot.
Woman are
Originally, he
there.
didn't want to, but Batman went to him
yeah, and then,
was
and then
like, "We need a Superman."
The worst part about that was they came up with a really cool idea of them needing a Superman and then them trying to trust this new Superman.
Yeah, and then they just
And
acted
then-
like he never.
Yeah,
he
then they
was
just
always
Because he got
pretended that never
merged.
happened.
They
Yeah.
went
They
into like
merged
that
them.
weird alternate
yeah.
thing, and the two memories merged.
And
So it's just like, oh yeah, so he's been a Superman the whole time.
The Superman that's been here the whole time, which doesn't make sense with anything that has happened, is the classic Superman. Or
Well, I mean, that's an issue with comics in general, which is like they do a reboot and they're like, fans don't like it for whatever reason, you know, whatever. And they're instead of just being like, all right, let's just start over. They're like, okay, what we're gonna do is there's a split in reality. We're gonna merge. And it's like, no, just admit you screwed
Pretty sure
up
New
and
52
start over.
Or they die.
New
Or they die
52
and come back.
Superman's death was actually the saddest death because he turned into dust and no one remembers he existed.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing with the New 52 when they tried to fix it with Rebirth. And this is Dr. Manhattan and we're gonna merge it. It's like just admit you did wrong and start over again. Like you don't need to come up with these convoluted goddamn plots to try to fix your convoluted goddamn plot.
All right, you can finish the show now. I just wanted.
This is Comics Experiment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching today's episode.
Ben's about to enter the Benny sleep.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, G Fuel. Whoa. Check out the code.
What's going on?
Use the code COMICS at checkout at the G Fuel website. Check out the Doctor Strange flavor. It's tangerines. I like it. Then go check out our other sponsor, Shortbox.
Okay.
Get yourself some good deals on some CGC comics. Oh, I wanted to talk about CGC comics for a moment.
Okay.
You're going to get a kick out of this. It's going in the podcast so they can get the resolution on this months later.
Yes.
So I got bored yesterday, went on eBay, and checked out what a #1 issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles goes for.
Yes. The original one from
The original one.
like the 80s?
Yeah, I was like, what does it go for slapped? I was just curious. I was like, I wasn't going to buy it because
What
it had
does
to be
slapped
expensive.
mean?
Well, it's in the casing, so you can't
Oh,
open
okay.
it.
Slabbed.
Oh, slabbed. I heard slapped.
Yeah.
Oh, no, slapped.
I was like, is that some sort of
So
new
as a
hipster
collectible
lingo?
item.
I don't know.
I saw it going for $1,500 to $2,500.
Okay.
I'm not getting it. I did
I
not
mean,
pay
that's
that.
not horrendous, though.
No, you
It's
couldn't
not like
do
a
worse.
Superman #1 where it's like $8 million or
Yeah. There was somebody else selling a slabbed 9.8, so good quality,
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Turtles #1,
Yeah.
broken case. So that means that somehow they cracked the CGC
Okay.
case
Yeah.
for $100.
Okay. It's not bad.
So I decided to take the gamble because if
Yes.
the comic is good,
You're gonna
You can
re-slab
get.
it.
I'm gonna
you can
re-slab it.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah.
and I'm
It
gonna
might drop a little bit. It might be a 9.0 or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's
if
like
I-
a 2.0. Jesus.
By the way,
So-
when we broke open the slab fully, we kind of ripped the comic in half. Sorry about that.
dropped it in the
toilet. Dropped it in the toilet. We flushed it. We had to get it back
There's a plunger
out.
in there. It was the whole thing.
So I'm gonna see about getting it reslabbed. I may have just made money or lost $100. We're gonna find out when that arrives.
Sure.
We'll find
Because
out.
I'm half expecting for it to show up, and it's the broken slab, and inside's a piece of paper that says turtles.
Gotcha, bitch.
But luckily, eBay, if it's not what it said it's going to be, I can get the money back.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see. Could be. I'm hoping that I just got a guy who didn't know what he had. I
Right.
just had a broken case and was like, I'll just
a
sell
complete
this.
Too
moron.
lazy. Or just too late. I don't want to freaking.
I don't wanna deal with
Well,
Slab
maybe he
this.
got it for like cheaper than that, and he's just like, I'll make $100.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Shortboxed, because that's where I'm going to be getting my CGC comics going forward, because they can verify everything. That's what,
There you go.
That's what I'm going to be going for. So that way you're not gambling with $100 like I am.
Yeah. Unless you want it.
Unless you
Yeah,
want.
I'm not here.
I
I'm
mean,
not your
hey.
mom. Do what you like.
And don't forget to check out the new channel that Dan and I have been working on, Ben and Friends, a channel where we just play multiple video games, and our weekly podcast will be starting up very soon over there talking about AAA games.
Am I going to be in one of the episodes? My voice, at least.
You're in a few of them, actually.
My voice?
Yeah, but you're...
Do you not tell me when we're filming?
No, I film everything we play.
Oh, I should probably start watching what I say.
Well, we cut out half of what you're saying. So
that makes sense. Okay.
It's not like we'll play for 6 hours and make a 5-minute funny video.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay. I was like, man,
your
I don't
mic is
watch
terrible,
what
so
I
we don't really.
Well, I have a PlayStation mic.
Yeah. You should have heard Andy yesterday, man. He was going on about being so against the Deadites.
I'm gonna just say,
anti-Deadite,
if
that is
everyone's bad mics though, yours is terrible when you're playing on your PlayStation.
I don't record that normally. That's why you were filming it.
I was, and I screamed
A lot.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you next week with Comics Experiment. Peace out.